It's time for the One Bar and Lupica Show, bringing you anything and everything Minnesota Vikings.
Welcome to professional football.
All right, welcome back to the One Bar and Lupica Show. I am One Bar, and in today's episode, we're going to be talking about three guys on the defensive side of the ball that might surprise you to actually make the final roster. Yes, 3 underdogs. Before we get into that, remember, subscribe to the One Bar and Lupica Show. Like the videos. We're here every damn day talking purple. But let's get into it. 3 guys on defense. Vikings were very, very heavy in the draft on the defensive side of the ball. I made a few acquisitions in free agency. Michael Pierce, but we all know he opted out. Anthony Zettel, Eddie Yarbrough, just to name a few. So let's get into it. My number one guy for the Vikings, actually in no particular order. The first guy, I should say, Mr. Miles Doran, undrafted free agent safety from North Carolina. Miles Doran, I had a man crush on this guy. I was hoping, he was projected, if he was going to get drafted anywhere 6th, 7th round. He went undrafted, wasn't a huge surprise, but if you watch this guy at North Carolina, the guy just hits like a truck. He plays like a linebacker out there. He's got good ball instincts. His issues were he has some injury concerns. His lack of speed kind of turned some teams off, but he just shows up. He plays. He shows up when it matters. And when you look at the guys he's going against, let's be honest, after Anthony Harris and Harrison Smith, it gets pretty damn gross at safety pretty damn quick. So you got Brian Cole, you got Josh Metellus, both late round guys. Throw in Miles Doran. I think Miles Doran starts off completely neck and neck with these guys. And Doran might even have a little bit more of an upside where maybe they move him to actual linebacker. Who knows? I think Doran is somebody that's going to be turning some heads. I think if he would have actually had his pro day, he probably would have been drafted. Like I said, his big knock is his speed. But Miles Doran is ours. And like I said, I think he is neck and neck with these guys starting right off the bat. And I would love to see this guy get a chance to be on the 53-man roster. He makes plays. Second guy, familiar face, second-year linebacker, Cam Smith from USC. Cam Smith, we know last year, 5th-round guy, actually got cut out of the gates for the Vikings. Last year, they brought him back, and he managed to get into a couple of games, mostly special teams. But Cam Smith, his competition is probably going to come down to Ben Gideon, DeMarcus Gates. Smith, out of those guys, he probably does have the most upside. Ben Gideon's going into his last year in his contract. DeMarcus Gates is a question mark, yes, but we know what we got in Ben Gideon. Maybe the intrigue of Cam Smith, maybe he's came a little away from his rookie year, but I'm not saying he's bound to be a star or even a starter for that matter. But he could be good depth. He plays very, very well against the run. He played a ton at USC. He's got a ton of experience and could be a very good special teams piece for the Vikings. Very smart. And like I said, he plays well against the run. And even if this is just adding depth, if it comes down to Ben Gideon, Cam Smith, and DeMarcus Gates, I'm probably going to go with Cam Smith. We will see. Hopefully he made some strides. And my third and final defensive player that could surprise people to make the team is my guy who I've talked about way too much and probably doesn't deserve it, but it's defensive end, Kenny Wilkes, 7th rounder, former walk-on. The guy is tough as shit. He's not the most athletic guy. His knock is the fact that he's got these short little arms compared to what NFL players want to see or NFL coaches want to see. But he just shows up. Like I said, he's a former walk-on. He's gritty. He finds a way to make plays. At Michigan State, 23.5 sacks in his college career. He was a guy actually that was looked to possibly go as early as round 4. So 7th rounder, very, very good value. And again, we have to look at the competition. He's going against guys. He's going to be competing with guys like Anthony Zettel, Eddie Yarbrough, and there's some other rookies in there too, but those are going to be the ones he's going to have to beat out. But Kenny Wilkes, I think Mr. Zimmer is going to love this dude. I think everybody's going to love him. And if for some reason, or not for some reason, he's a 7th round guy, so there is a valid chance that he won't make the team. But if he doesn't, they better be all over him, bring him back to the practice squad, because he's got project written all over him where he could come in and be a pretty damn good player for the Vikings. So those are my 3 guys. Let me know in the comments below who you think might surprise us by making the final roster.